My name is Saray Farina, and I will be doing an essay voiceover on the Time's Up movement. Time's Up is a controversial campaign that takes a stand against inequality, assault, and injustice while giving victims a fighting chance against their abusers. The movement was meant for any sex, religion, or race, but was originally started by women because of women. Time's Up has recognized the issues at hand, but it is women often more than men who continue to be victims of things such as sexual assault, harassment, and inequality in the workplace. These issues need continual exposure. In this voiceover, I will be covering 3 factors, which are inequality, assault, and injustice, which all play into the Time's Up movement. Starting with inequality, inequality continues to plague the workforce, and in many cases, women are not given full opportunities to strive. The Time's Up movement has brought forth the issue of inequality in the workplace by shedding light on the wage gap, low amounts of powerful women, and lack of social equality that victims, mostly women, face daily. As of 2016, it was proven that women in the labor market still earn 24% less than men globally. Along with wage gaps, there's an imbalance of power. When thinking of large companies or corporations, there's always a leader who is C position, such as CEO. But it was found that 1 in 5 C-suite leaders is a woman, and fewer than 1 in 30 is a woman of color. By social equality, it is meant that one should have a freedom of speech, but that is not always the case. 1 in 3 women ages 18 to 34 have been sexually harassed at work, and 71% of those women said they did not report it. Systemic as well as social inequalities are only a few examples of problems that people face in the workplace. The harsh reality is that the inequalities in the workplace still exist, and the majority of the time, women are victims of it. Next is assault. Several forms of assault have arisen in the workforce, and victims of abuse need to come forth to get the justice they deserve. Stephanie Tillman states in her article in reference to Time's Up that sexual assault, harassment, misconduct, and abuse, all of which are perpetrated predominantly by powerful men against women in less powerful positions, have opened the floodgates of complaints and accountability, taking down one man right after another. The movement supports anyone and everyone, but emphasizes the fact that it is women that continue to experience sexual assault. Harassment comes in many forms, such as verbal or sexual, and most women experience it on the job, especially those in male-dominated occupations. Research has shown that women in the male-dominated occupations, especially those in male-dominated work contexts, are sexually harassed more than women in balanced or in female-dominated ones. And lastly, there's discrimination. Unfortunately, discrimination in the workplace has the power to determine one's position or wage. It was proven in a study conducted by the Economic Policy Institute that white non-Hispanic women are paid 81 cents on the dollar compared to white non-Hispanic men. Asian women are only paid 88 cents on the dollar. Black and Hispanic women are only paid 65 and 59 cents on the male white dollar, respectively. So, not only is the gap based on the sex, it is also based on one's race. Whether you are a woman or a woman of color, you are one that will make less than any man. Sexual assault, harassment, and discrimination should not be normalized in the lives of women. The final aspect is injustice. The Time's Up movement focuses a lot on justice. It works towards justice for victims of any form of abuse, including assault inequalities, and those who are terminated due to their assault claims or simply their race. The Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, or the EEOC, is an agency that enforces laws against workplace discrimination and handles lawsuits and settlements. In 2014, data was released by the EEOC of the reasons why victims have contacted them. Race was 35%, sex 29%, disability 29%, and age 23%. The percentages exceed 100% because many charges had multiple bases, such as discrimination on the basis of race and age. These statistics are called retaliations by the EEOC because they count as an attack towards a victim, as they are characteristics that one cannot change. The Time's Up movement stands with the EEOC in supporting those who have been wrongfully let go from their job. In addition to that, the movement also started the Time's Up Legal Defense Fund. The fund was set up to raise money to hire lawyers for those who cannot afford to take their abusers or employers to court. Time's Up and their funds are meant to empower people to speak out, and approximately $13 million has been raised by the Legal Defense Fund from donations so that lower income people can afford to fight their cases against their assailants. Whether it be the pay rate, amount of power, or social equalities, systematic inequalities exist in the workplace to this day, but women are the ones who face the most wrath from these issues. It is women more than men who are impacted by assault, inequality, and injustices, but the Time's Up movement continues to encourage victims to come forth with their story and spread these issues so that they stay relevant and important enough for people to work towards ending them. Now, here is my reference page, and I'd like to thank you for listening.